Houston rapper Lil Flip has some words regarding Donald Trump and his visit to the state of Texas. You guys check out the video and I'll come back with my commentary.
I feel it's good that Donald Trump came to Texas. I feel like it's the president's duty to get out there with the people on the front line sometimes and see what's going on. So I feel like it's good he came. Kind of wish he would have came to Houston as well. Corpus Christi, they suffered a lot of damage. We got a lot of family out there, so but it's fine. He came. At least he came. He didn't just sit in his White House and not come. So I feel, you get an E for effort for trying. A lot of times I feel that people, they sit back and they criticize on what you do. But did those same people catch flights to Houston? Did those same people go out there and make great speeches? So it's kind of like, it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. At the end of the day, you can't never please everybody, So my take on that is, hey, did the critics come out here and help Houston? If you go point the finger at somebody, then you should be out there. So whoever has a problem with how he handled it, then they should go out there and do something as well. You know what I mean? I feel like long as you're doing what you're doing from the heart, and if that's the case with him, then so be it. But for a person to criticize somebody at least trying to do something or going there when they're sitting at home a million miles away, he without sin cast the first stone.
When I heard Flip's comments, I agreed with him, but then again, I didn't agree with him. And one of the reasons why I agree with what he was saying was, if you guys checked out my previous video on Joel Osteen, I was saying basically the same thing Flip was saying. It's a lot of people out here that's throwing criticism and saying this person should do this person should do that, yet they're not doing anything themselves. And it's easy to sit back from a distance, when you're thousands of miles away and talk about what another person should be doing for the crisis that's going on in Houston right now. So, I agree with what, Flip was saying on that. He was absolutely right. It's a lot of talkers out here and not enough doers. But then on the flip side of it, I disagree with, what he was saying regarding Trump, because, as hard as it is to say, I like to call him 45. I don't even call him, our president. But, as rough as it is to say, Trump is our president of America right now, and it's his job to serve the people. It's his job to make sure that certain resources are provided when we have certain incidents, whether it's an earthquake, whether it's a tornado, whether it's a hurricane. That's part of his job. That's why a certain group of people elected him to be president. So I think with him, it's not, you can't really excuse him for just coming out. We don't go to, a restaurant and say thank you for serving your food. I mean, you might say, granted, just being polite, but when we go into a restaurant, we pay for a certain type of meal. That's what we want. We want it prepped right. We want it cooked the way we want it to be cooked. And we don't want anything arriving at our table that we did not ask for. So that's just them doing their job. If you go to a gas station and, you say, I need $30 on pump number 8, you expecting to get that $30 on pump number 8. That's their job. That's what they're supposed to be doing. So when we look at it from that point of view, it's Trump's responsibility to serve the people. And then when you look at it from another point of view, Trump didn't even visit, the city of Houston, which is where he should have been at. So, that just shows you kind of where he's at as far as his mentality. But, I agree and I disagree with what Lil Flip was saying. He's absolutely right when he says, people should get out here and get involved. As much as you criticize people like Joel Osteen or, the rappers from Houston or those who might be financially able to help an abundance of people, you yourself have to get out there and help. You yourself have to send money and resources. But on the flip side of that, the difference between Joel Osteen and Donald Trump is that Donald Trump is the president of the United States. That's his duty to serve the people. Joel Osteen is a guy that owns a mega church, and yeah, the congregation, those who actually attend his church, you know, should hold him more responsible than anybody. But at the same time, you have a choice whether you want to support Joel Osteen. Whether we like it or not, 45 is in office. 45 could potentially affect our lives, whether we like it or not. So when you look at it from that point of view, you know, we need more than speeches. They need resources out there. Those people need money. When all this is over with, they need reconstruction. They need rebuilding. It's going to take a lot to get, you know, the city of Houston up and running the way it needs to be, you know, going. So, you know, I mean, that's my point of view on it. You know, I just encourage everybody to come out here and, you know, help. Do what you can do for, you know, the city of Houston. You know, for you guys that don't know that I might not interact with on social media. I have an aunt that, you know, her house was just destroyed in the city of Houston. So, you know, I had to fly her out to LA, you know, because her house is done. So it's about helping others, you know, and I just didn't help a family member. I also sent money out there, like I said in my previous video. But it's about helping, man. You know, I've been on YouTube for several years. I've been on here since 2011, and I've dropped a lot of game on here. I've talked about business. I've talked about politics. I've talked about the way we need to interact with each other in the black community. I've talked about races. I've talked about it all. But I don't feel like, you know, because I come out here and do videos on certain topics, my job is done. I'm also in my community. I'm also donating. I'm also, you know, donating not just financial things, but my time, my energy. So it doesn't stop with you just doing YouTube videos or, you know, you just even send a little bit of money. It's about your continuance of helping others, being involved. You know, we can easily point the finger and say this person should be doing this or this person should be doing that. But at the end of the day, it's about what are you doing to help the situation. And if you're just talking, you know, talking doesn't do anything. Talking might spark something, but at the end of the day, it does not create resources. And that's what the people in Houston need. That's what we need in the black community. We need people who are willing to stand up. Okay, and not just talk, but put in work.